Welcome to problem number 27 from the June 2015 Algebra Regents exam. We've got John and Sarah that are saving money for a car, and the amount of money that they're saving is given by these two functions, f of x and g of x. The question is, after how many weeks, which is represented by x, will they have the same amount of money saved? That means we're looking for the moment when f of x is equal to g of x. And so what we're going to do is write out the two equations to be equal to each other and solve for x. Okay, first thing we want to do is move everything over to the same side. So what I'm going to do is subtract 60 and subtract 5x from both sides of the equation, canceling those out, and we'll get 0 is equal to x squared minus 5x. I'm just going to put that in front. And then 46 minus 60 is negative 14. All right, next step we need to do is factor this guy. So we're looking for two numbers that multiply to get us negative 14. So something times something is negative 14. And the same two numbers added together will get us negative 5. And then that looks like 7 and 2 would work as long as we're dealing with negative 7 and positive 2. Yeah, that would work. That means we'll have x minus 7 and x plus 2, which means x is going to equal 7. Well, I guess not or, but and x equals negative 2. Now, in the context of this situation, though, remember x represents the amount of weeks. And obviously we can't have a negative number of weeks, so we're going to ignore that one. So 7 weeks would be our final answer. So it takes 7 weeks for the amount of money that they've saved to be equal. For the explanation, you could just say something along the lines of that. They'll have the same amount of money, so that means we set both functions equal to each other, we solved for x, and we ignored the x value of negative 2 because you can't have negative weeks or negative time. That just doesn't make sense. All right, and that's all for this video. Thanks for visiting JD's Regents Preparation.